Hello, 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 brothers. How we doing? Peace be upon you all. Pray you guys are all doing well. No porn November. We're still here, day 19. Day 19. And for me, in like 2 hours, with God's help, it's day 160. On hard mode. Wow. But still, even today, I'm advising some of our brothers that have fallen again. And the frustrating thing for them and anyone else that's involved in their recovery journey is it's the same mistakes over and over again. And you keep speaking to people, you grow to care about them and their lives and everything. Like, yeah, this person is my brother on this journey, but they still keep falling after 1 week, after 2 weeks, from the exact same mistakes every single time. And it's like, if you're gonna relapse, at least relapse for a new reason. It's the same thing 20 times, 30 times, the same reason again and again. This is why I relapsed. Yep, I relapsed again. It's like, things have to change. Like, that's, we've all heard it. We've all heard definition of insanity. Doing the same thing, expecting different results. Doing the same thing hasn't got you to advance in your streak. It hasn't helped you recover. It hasn't helped you escape the addiction. It's not going to help in future. Nothing's going to change if you don't change. Like, at the very least, make different mistakes. Don't make the same ones again. There are plans out there. There's strategies that when you check out what the successful people are doing. The people that have years and years of recovery, 5 years, 10. When you check out what they're doing, when you go online and look at their strategies, like, they're not following the same things that you're doing. There's a plan in place. They're not using willpower. They're not saying every night, man, I relapsed because I took my phone to bed. There's people that take, listen, just because you're doing this no PMO journey doesn't mean that you have all your good habits in place and stuff. There's people that are still taking their phone to bed and not relapsing, but they have accountability software on there. They've blocked all the major triggering apps. So yeah, they're still there. I don't know, reading on their phone or something before they go to sleep. Not the best habit, but they're not relapsing. Because there's someone on the other end of that phone checking everything. So it's like, nah, I'm not about to search for anything weird or questionable here. I'm not going to search for anything triggering or sexual. Nope. Like, there's strategies out there. And that's a quote. That's another quote. Failing to plan is planning to fail. You need to have a plan in place. You need to have, okay, when I get triggered, this is what I'm going to do. When I'm feeling stressed, this is what I'm going to do. When I'm anxious, this is what I'm going to do. This is the person I'm going to contact. This is who I'm going to talk to about my plan. Like, these are activities that I have in place. These are my tools that I'm using. Okay, I've got this filter. I've got this accountability software. I'm not going to use my phone after I don't know, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. And I'm going to tell someone about it so that they're going to remind me, did you use your phone yesterday? Like, I have a plan in place, That's everything. People don't seem to realize about their triggers. Like, someone else on the outside would be like, yep, you were stressed again. Okay. This is the same excuse that you gave 2 weeks ago. You were stressed. When we relapse for reasons like stress, anxiety, we felt bad, we had a bad day, things got overwhelming or something. What What we're telling ourselves is that we're never going to break free. Because stress is always going to be a part of life. We're human beings. We're always going to feel some stress. Life has ups and downs. There will be down times. We won't always be up in the clouds happy and giddy. I'm like, yes, there's going to be some no's in there. There's going to be, I can't believe that happened to me. But we're not going to relapse when that happens. No. We can't tell ourselves that, because I was so stressed. You don't understand how stressful I was. You don't know how bad. For one thing, it doesn't help. It doesn't help us with our stress. It doesn't. We go to it. Is it worth having the stress go away for 2 to 5 seconds? 2 to 5 seconds. That feeling of orgasm. And then everything gets multiplied and you're like, I just broke my streak for this. Why did I do this? Why am I back here again? You go on, you message someone, relapsed, crying emoji. It's no. It doesn't help you with the stress. It doesn't make you less depressed. It doesn't help you become less anxious. It makes it all worse. And then you have the feeling that you relapsed on top. You got the shame, you got the guilt, you got the regret. You just broke your streak. All the consequences that you're trying to avoid. You made the day worse. What changes have you made since the last time? What did you learn since the last relapse? What changes did you make? Okay. The last relapse that I had, it started on YouTube. I was there, just aimlessly browsing. Then some thumbnail triggered me. I was like, ooh, she's attractive. Let me go check that out. I watched it. It wasn't, no one was naked, so it must be right. It must be okay, And then something else. Oh, wow, they recommended that. Oh. Ooh. Go and check that out. And slowly start inching our way back to more and more dangerous territory. And then bam, why am I on a porn site again? Well, it started somewhere. That's where the journey started. So on YouTube, are you just having loads of unaccountable time? Is that what you're doing on Instagram? Snapchat? Twitter is filth. Twitter is filth. Goodness sake, why is Twitter allowed to exist? Where are you doing? Where is it leading you? These are the things you have to think about. What have you learned since last time? Okay, that's what happens if I go down that road. No. I cannot say one peak, just a peak. There is no just a peak. Just a peak is a relapse. It's a relapse. There is no just a peak. Because one peak becomes 2 peaks, becomes 3 hours of peaking. You didn't just peak. There's no edging. No. We're not touching ourselves down there. It's not for you. That's not where your hand's supposed to be. Don't keep mistaking, right, the cravings for pornography as your libido, as sexual desire. Your sexual desire is there for another human being. It's not there for you to shove your unit in your hand and start acting off to a screen. That's not the purpose of it. So don't think that, I have I'm a natural, I'm a hot-blooded man. This is what I do. I just have a high sex drive. That's not a sex drive. Who are you having sex with? There's no other person there. No. Forget the fantasy. Why are you fantasizing on this journey? Why are you doing that? All you're doing is you're just fueling the urges. You're just fueling the urges. You're pouring gasoline on the fire. You're making it bigger and bigger, and it's just like, well, now I need to go back. We keep complaining about strong urges. The urges were so strong. You weren't there. You don't understand. They were strong. I had to relapse. Huh? You had to, what? Strong urges. Strong urges, that's where you really prove yourself. That's where you prove things have changed for you. That's where you prove, yep, my strategy is working now because I had strong urges and I defeated them. Because we're always stronger than the urge. We're always stronger than it. That urge is simply a thought, and the only power it has is the power we give to it. It's in our head. If we say that's a terribly strong urge, then it's a terribly strong urge. If we laugh at the urge and say, ha, LOL, LOL, mate, you're not defeating me. I'm not going down like that. I'm ready to keep going. Is that the best you've got? That urge becomes tiny, becomes weak. It's a mouse. It's running away. Not gonna bother you. How many times do you need to go back to day 0 before you realize, you know what, this isn't a painful experience? And we've been there so many times. So many times, some of us hundreds of times, some of us have been trying to quit for years. And we're still not doing anything different. We still don't have a plan in place, and it's been years. What are we waiting on? Nothing's going to change unless we do. Unless we put in the work. And it's not even so much work. It's not so much work. You talk about, okay, your brain on porn. What is that book is like what? 200 pages? How long is that going to take you to read? Huh? Why are we putting it off? We talk about success stories. I keep saying it. Guys, we need to read the quickest way to be successful on this journey. Recovering from an addiction. Recovering from pornography and masturbation addiction. Is find someone else that has more sobriety than you, that has more recovery, more days, months, years on their counter, and copy their strategy. This is the quickest way. You know it works. It worked for them. They're telling you in their success story, yep, this is what I did. You can do the same thing. They're all no one is saying, I'm a special, unique case. I'm what is it? I'm the 11th cousin of Queen Elizabeth on my mother's side. I have royal blood, blah, blah, blah. They're not telling you any nonsense like that. Like somehow there's some special human being. Oh, by the way, no, I'm a descendant. Like you guys don't know, there's aliens, and somehow I'm related. No, you're a human being just like you. They're telling you I can do the same. You can do the same thing as me. You can do the same thing, and this is how. They give you some steps. They give you tips. They tell you this is what I did in my journey. And you can copy that. There's no reason to keep failing for the exact same mistakes. It's been years. Some of us 2, 3, 4, 5 years of trying. Some of us over a decade. I know that I was I was one of those over the decade people. Let's learn from the mistakes. And there's no reason for us to keep relapsing. There's no good reason to relapse. But at the very least, if you do, don't let it be the same reason. Grow since last time. Because as you keep growing, at some point you're going to be successful. The only way to keep faith, the only real failure is staying in the same place. We can all do this, brothers. Peace.